There may be a lot for newcomers to process. All you really need to know is the party has a code that seems to be very valuable, but to know just how valuable, they need to break into the facility and enter what they have into one of the secure computers. After some unpleasantness in the Nine Lives bar, Fane took them to see Arthur, the keymaster, and his wife Anita. They sold the team friend or foe tags that they claimed would get them past all but the most stringent security at the base. As a favor to Arthur and Anita, they destroyed the headquarters of a competitor who called himself the Baron, blowing it and everyone in it straight to hell.
You have returned to your base of operations, which you nicknamed the Shire, because there's a group of people that were Ren Fair folk who took over it's not a Bucky Beavers. What do we nickname it?
The Shire.
What was the name of the store though? It's our version of the Bucky Beaver.
Oh man, I can't remember.
If you're a Texan, you know what we're talking about. It's not just Texas, like the Southwest. These mega super incredible gas stations.
Wawa?
Things. They're a lot like Wawa. So you've been there, and while you were there, I'm getting feedback. Is that just me?
We're lapping ourselves.
Colt, do we have a time problem? Okay. I don't want to loop. We need K9 for that. So one of the things you were able to do when you came back is you picked up Wynona to add her to the team. So let's get a physical description of Wynona, please.
Wynona has fox-like features. She has little fox ears. She's about average height, voluptuous. She's curvy. Very fashionable. I would say that's one of her main priorities. She likes to color coordinate, so you'll often see pink, maybe some purple undertones here and there. She's an autumn, wants to be a summer, so there's kind of that conflict with that off and on. But she has a medical bag that she carries, medical supplies for both human, mutant, and animals, because we are all one after all.
Now, fashionable, your Sears catalog fashionable, right? You're not like French runway fashionable.
Oh, I'm not Sears. I may not be, top model over here, but it's definitely, I would say, somewhere between Urban Outfitters meets Banana Republic meets and Taylor meets another.
Splurge at Neiman Marcus.
When it's my birthday, sure.
Right. Okay, and so the group would have explained to you the reason they picked this person up, Tiber, is that Wynona is their de facto medic. So going into some place where you're very likely to have to deal with combat, taking the marvelously gifted medic Fox Lady seems to be a super good idea. She travels in the company of her companion, a creature known only as Bork. Can we have a picture of Bork, Colt? Or there we go. So Bork was actually, if you've read or seen the movie AI, it was a genetically engineered replacement for dogs, because dogs have been gone from the world for a good long time. You can see from that piece of art, they didn't work out all that great, but bless her, Wynona finds him adorable. So picture a somewhat cuter version of that, except it's also wearing a cable net sweater. Okay, yeah, that's enough.
Bork is actually a winter, but Bork can pull off any season, unlike me. So draw your own conclusions.
Bork's a winter. So the group explained to you that where you're going is a military installation, and part of this gentleman here, Tiber Fane, he would have been introduced, but between the two sessions, so we won't do that now. You've gotten to know him a little bit, and he has a connection to Erik. You can ask later if you want clarification on that, but that was explained to you. Like, that was the person who got you to him. He is the guy that can get you in pretty much anywhere. So given that you're going to a military installation, Tiber was the guy to call. So the last session was a lot about finding ways to get in. And one of the key pieces of material was these little chips that get implanted subdermally, so underneath the skin, that will get you by a lot of the initial security. So because you weren't here last week, we'll just go ahead and write in the between sessions. We know that Tiber was going to drop off a half of a kugel to his friend. And when you did that, you would have also picked up an injector with the extra chip, which will just have been given to you by your friends. So when he comes back, you're going to get a little chip. So we will go ahead and make sure that is covered, so we don't have to ask later, what the hell is Wynona blown to bits by the autocannons? The answer is no, she is not. All right.
She performed. Did she perform the surgery on herself?
I was imagining she had a thing that works almost like an EpiPen, and it would just do itself. Probably was.
Wait, so that was available, but we just didn't get it? Everybody else had to get cut open?
We got the chip, and we had to give it to her, and then she put it in her own medic device.
Sure.
Why am I explaining this to you?
Erik, she only had the one, and if she only had one, she wasn't going to mention. But when Tiber came back, sweetheart that he was, with that wonderful gift, she thought, well, I could hang on to this and try to sell it, or I could make installing that additional chip a little easier for my friend. Erik, man, sometimes you're so negative.
Man, I just got cut up, and she got to inject it like it was some fun time, sunshine.
Erik, you know what they say about interior decorators? Their houses are always a mess. Same thing with doctors. I don't like needles. I'll say it out loud. Okay.
I guess we are the cut once and you're the measure twice.
The other thing that happened while you were out is the other part of the team was doing research. So they were doing the other half of the mission. B and Goldwater were able to locate a map of the facility. So can you please put up Steadman Heights A, Shadow Cult?
Steadman Heights. Let's see.
So this frozen lady came up with this idea while she was frozen.
No.
No. Torg feel like you not tell proper.
Yeah, broken English over here is going to help me out a little better.
Okay.
Frozen lady make friend with Torg. Frozen lady was from pre-boom boom time.
Sure.
And so frozen lady mind project to now, but frozen lady body in before boom boom time.
I like how Torg has like just solid prepositional phrases, but still says boom boom time.
Torg like have fun with words. Torg know how to say a normal sentence.
Yeah, no. Torg just goes completely lucid once in a while.
Yeah.
Clear as a bell.
You're right. It's her sentence is still diagram somehow. Yeah.
I love it.
So Torg talked to this lady, and Torg realized this lady not know she talking to people after boom boom.
Oh, so she woke up all like Encino Man and is like,
there's something coming. I must stop this. Not knowing it's already happened. Very sad, very sad. So Torg tried to explain this to lady.
Through our minds.
Yeah, through our minds. It was all telepathic mind.
Oh, okay.
Mind talk.
He didn't really wake up.
Right. It was mind wake.
Fair enough.
And so her woke mind told Torg what's going on, and Torg got to tell lady that she already dead, which very sad, and that tried to convince her that she did help, when in actuality she failed horribly because things she was trying to track happened. So
with
here's
her
the
dying
problem.
breath, she spit out a little chip.
There we go. Ding. Yep. And with her dying breath.
She said
Yeah.
Steadman Heights Station.
So
Steadman
to
Heights.
be honest, Torg not entirely sure if this chip gonna be good or bad. But we figure important to find because brain lady, very nice lady.
Also, we weren't doing much of anything else, so we figured.
No, not really. Yeah.
I think there's no chance.
What if this was like her childhood home and she was rosebudding this moment? So in her dying breath, she was just like dreaming of a place she longed to be in her eternal slumber, and we're gonna show up.
Everyone got to look at the map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Traveled about 8 days. You're close to where that location should be. That location is in the middle of literally not a desert, but it was wasted before the bombs. Like a lot of military facilities, it's back away from anything else. So you had to drive, well, in your case, walk to get. It wasn't near any other settlements, near anything. You are taking a little bit of a break from walking. You're going over your map, starting to think about where the hell are we going to break in, that kind of thing. When you notice, and I'm going to say Erik notices. Erik, you notice that there are a couple hills. It's mostly flat terrain. But to the east, which would be to your right, where you're standing, there is a small camp. And resembles, remember the Canadians?
Yeah.
They were kind of encamped scavengers looking for something or waiting. It resembles that. So this may in fact be a scav camp of people that are going and occasionally raiding the military facility. That's what it feels like to you. So I assume you'll point out to the others.
Man, the hockey players are back. There's a camp over to the right. Check it out.
I knew something. I sensed politeness coming from a
Yeah, man. They thanked us for killing them last time. It was crazy.
and then apologized.
Yeah, on their way out.
Sorry.
When you look through Karen, you don't see evidence of the Canadians. In fact, it looks like giant bipedal cockroaches, like tiny cockroaches.
I got news. I'm not sure if it's good news or bad news, but check it out. Instead of them being Canadians, what we're looking at is giant cockroaches that stand on two legs.
You're suggesting that that's mutually exclusive.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure. They could be Canadian bipedal cockroaches, but
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm offering. I'm offering that.
I can't see their national. I don't see color, man, or nationality.
That's not a color, but that's
it's not.
fine.
You know, it's.
No, I mean it's. It's a place of birth. It's
I mean, I can't see it. I can't see their
do
place
this, and you might
unless
be
it's
able
here.
To.
I mean, unless they were born here, then I'm looking right at it.
Fair enough.
When we say giant, I mean, to me, a giant cockroach would be like a foot tall. Or
these are
a foot and a half, but are these like man-sized cockroaches?
Man-sized.
Human-sized cockroaches?
They're like student movers.
They're student mover size, and they're walking erect.
Whoa.
I mean,
well,
that I can see from here.
Partially.
Really?
Yes, they are walking erect.
They're very happy to be here.
Yes, they are.
We're not going to waste our R rating on that, are we?
Nope.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm just talking about their height. What are you? Wow.
I think we're gonna get a PG-13 at most out of that one.
Interesting.
So we're not
Quick,
suggesting.
throw up some copyrighted music.
So do you want to get closer or get farther away in hopes of you won't be seen?
Torg no want to be anywhere near. Now Torg can destroy large walk human creatures, but Torg rather not get full of. Torg not prefer that. Torg would
You brought
rather
that giant shoe, right?
Eric, were you watching them this time?
I've had my eye in the.
Give me a notice check. Let's go ahead and use game.
All right. Real game stuff?
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy.
Games that you two can play?
It's
All right.
absolutely true.
Oh, I notice the shit out of it.
So how many successes did you score?
3.
So at first, from a distance, especially without the a scope, they kind of look like, bipedal cockroaches. Once you watch them for a little bit, they're not. They're people wearing shells that have reflective material on them that make them look like cockroaches. And if you watch them move, it looks like they made them out of, those molded plastic car carriers for luggage.
Oh yeah.
It looks like they took those, strapped them to their back, and then put like foil ponchos and shit on them. So the only reason to bother doing that would be armor against certain kinds of attacks. Like, especially because you could like hunch down and kind of hide under it. That would be super good if you're expecting things like energy weapon fire.
Okay.
So it's a camp full of people that are super.
It's a high-tech tinfoil hat.
Yes, yes, it is.
There's only 2 of these individuals there.
Oh no, there's at least a dozen. It's a full camp.
Okay.
Now you don't think, because you've watched a little bit and you did make 3 successes, you don't think they're all wearing the shells, but certainly what would be their warriors or scavengers are.
Okay. So I have some more news. The good news is there aren't cockroaches over there.
Yay!
Yeah, the bad news is that they seem to be heavily armored gentlemen in giant plastic sheaths made to look like cockroaches.
If they're giant plastic, that's not heavily armored.
Yeah, no,
That's-
I mean,
that's-
for
that's
for
right.
I'm
us,
not worried by this.
for us in this time period, that's pretty heavily armored.
I'm guessing Karen and Torg and a vibro knife could probably go through them pretty easily
Well, Tiber,
if it got bad.
so
Torg agree.
from Tiber's point of view,
Why don't you try your ghost face trick again?
I was just about to say that. Just ghost face them.
because
Good.
Tiber's pretty good
I'm
at
going
knowing-
to save this for a more susceptible audience.
Fair. You have been expecting, as you're approaching the military installation, the robots that would have defending something like this are likely to be armed with energy weapons.
Okay.
So if they've been raiding, they likely have very specialized weapons of defense to be able, because they're not wearing friend or foe tags that let you just walk past it. So this looks like scavengers that are specifically gearing themselves to making runs in to grab stuff out of the military facility.
They're our competition.
Yeah, and either really brave or really stupid.
That's also not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
Does it look like they're hiding stuff in their spot, or have they already dispersed the things that they've gotten?
Oh, it looks like they've been there a while. Like this is like
They may have some stuff.
this is kind of a lifestyle
I like
type of
stuff.
thing, not a once or twice thing.
Lifestyle.
Yeah,
It's
well-
like Burning Man.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't give money.
They just
to
can't stop
anything,
talking
man.
about it all the time. They go there once a fucking year, and then they just like talk and talk and talk about how they raid and how great it is and how it changed their life and how before they were just like part of the machine. And it, man,
Except with more of a cockroach movie.
except cockroach vibe, yeah.
If that didn't feel like it was coming like ideological shits that one lays, and everybody just kind of walks away like this.
I'd be happy to discuss it in my off hours.
Fair.
Man, what is
No
what is
need.
Erik up to?
Eric's pretty chill, man. He'd probably go to Burning Man.
So it does look like there are groups of scavengers that will go nomadically to places that have good scavenge and will set up camp and stay there a while until they've taken out what they can. And this looks like this group has settled here. And you've seen the map now. There's probably was at some point quite a lot of scavenging to be done in this facility, but it's also very dangerous, which is why I'm saying brave, stupid, or both. Because going in there, the whole reason you spend all of last episode looking for ways past is it's likely to be very heavily defended.
Do we have any indication on the map of what part of the facility they are, like what side of the facility that they're camped at?
Well, you're about 2 miles away,
Oh, okay.
so you're not even in line of sight right now.
Gotcha.
But you are coming essentially from the bottom of the map, so you're going map north at this point.
Okay.
So you would be coming in if you keep this point of this direction of travel. You'd be going in between what looks to be where the soldiers were staying in the main facility, where that road and the entry gates are. Now, obviously,
Gotcha.
on a wide approach, you could swing around and come in from any direction you want.
Hmm.
Is there a version where we ask these guys, hey, got any pro tips about getting in and out? And if there is anything in there, we'll do the dirty work. We'll go in, we'll bring it out in a barter for you giving us information on the best way in.
Let's go. I mean, do we want to go talk to him?
So does anyone here have a good persuade?
I don't, but I have a
I have
good barter.
one.
Barter's good. The initial kind
I'm an
of like
okay persuade, and I'm an even better.
You hung up on us. You
Yeah,
were
you
hanging
got
up
caught
on us,
in a-
Shannon.
A 5 persuade.
I
Ooh.
stopped because I couldn't hear my own audio. I've got a pretty good persuade, and I've got an even better intimidate.
So Wynona,
Well, do you?
We all know how that goes.
I know my track record is not all that good.
so Wynona, the group would know from
On paper,
she's
Right.
actually
On
pretty
paper, I'm pretty
persuasive.
good. I mean, it's freaky.
People tend to react pretty well to Wynona.
yeah. I mean, does anybody like this idea?
Sure.
So, I mean, it feels like pretty solid idea. The only issue is, will they view us as threats? So I think that taking or having Wynona take the lead would be very smart, because while she is very threatening and a total badass, she's also very approachable and sweet. So maybe they will be softer to her appearance at first than ours.
So will anybody? So the group is going to approach.
Is there anything? Is there any sort of height that I can get to?
Unfortunately, not so much. There isn't really. You're looking for your usual poles to climb and whatever, but because of the setup of this area, that's exactly the kind of thing they would have gotten rid of.
Interesting.
Yeah. Is anyone going to try to stealth on the approach, or are you all obvious?
I think that someone should stealth.
I'm gonna hang back and cover.
Yeah. or
Scope,
cover.
right? So I'll cover whoever she approaches.
So you want to stay at distance to her.
I want to stay at what my far
Yeah.
distance is best, not distant, but far is
Far,
best for
okay.
me.
Okay.
Um,
And far
I'll
is
go-
basically like across the street distance. It's about that long. So
Yeah, that
that's
sounds
easy.
good.
Yeah.
Since her persuade is really high, my barter is high. I will accompany so that in case that there's a moment where it's like the guy at the front of the car dealership who welcomes you and gives you the Danish.
Yeah.
And then he passes you off to the guy who's going to get the high sticker price.
Yeah. We got to go do the paperwork. Got to talk to my boss or he's going to kick my ass. Yeah, that guy.
So I'll hang back. I will let Wynona butter them up.
So Torg and Nevada will be back a little bit to potentially
Correct.
back up, and then Erik is a little bit farther still. So if things go absolutely in their shape, he starts ending people. Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna train the scope on whoever the person they first contact is. Because if it goes badly, that I'm gonna want to prison rules. Take out the leader.
Well, if it goes badly, you should let Torg try to handle first before you come all shooty.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna shoot Torg, but
have you played Fallout, Mike?
Yeah.
So you know the mire lurks?
Yes.
So it'll be a little like so the mire lurks are crab people monster things, and they're very like all scrabbly dabbly over here with these big shells. So that's kind of what they are targeting wise. Is as long as you avoid all this nonsense, this is not very well defended.
Right.
So
That's where you dip the hot butter.
Yeah.
It's the delicious part. This part, yeah.
Tasty, soft underbelly.
All right, the group approaches. They will notice you not long after you begin moving, because you're not really hiding as a group. They will have 4 of the guys in that armor move, into the sort of defensive, like you're approaching. It's not hostile. You do see that weapons-wise, they have spears, but the spears have something technological on the end of them. And somebody not wearing armor walks up between them and is ready to approach.
Well, first off, I want to say those shell shield things, high fashion. I haven't seen that kind of armor or sort of outfit in a very long time. Did you make those yourselves, or did you have them made? Is there a designer I can contact?
So I love there's no like exchange of names or anything. Wynona comes out of the waist with compliments. The gentleman you're talking to is Joy Ramon Thin. Like, he's very tall and very, very gaunt, and has that sort of gangly misassembly of his body. Make a medicine check for me, please.
A medicine.
So roll your medicine dice, and you're looking for 6s.
Yep, we're good.
He looks strung out. His gauntness seems to be a form of ill health, and you would not be surprised if he was addicted to something. I had not thought of it as fashion. It was the best way to defend ourselves against the bright lances.
Oh,
What
well,
can
it works both ways, just so you know. It's fashionable, and hopefully you were able to defend yourself. Are you how are you feel? By the way, I'm Dr. Wynona Thalalila, and I'm here just to. And this is my associate. Oh, so I'm sorry, Tiber. I forgot he was trailing me. We are just here to kind of get to know you, to kind of see what you're about.
Yeah, so you're out here in the middle of nowhere, in a secure area, just wondering how I'm doing?
Well, that's one thing we're doing. We're travelers, we're explorers, we're friends.
Doctors Without Borders.
I know there's no borders anymore. And at this point, both Tiber and Wynona would notice the guys in the suits are also gaunt. Like, everybody in this camp has the same thinness and unhealthy look to them.
Real quick, can I do a quick kind of comparative check to see if there's any telltale, if they do look addicted to crunk or whatever specific street drug is part of the waste. What are there telltale signs of that Tiber would go, these guys are flip-floppers, they're gym slappers, these guys are piss takers.
It's an optional rule in the main rule book, because not every campaign wants meds, but meds are a part of the environment, and we are a use all the optional rules campaign, so it definitely exists. Make a medicine roll to see if you recognize any symptoms, because you have street information.
Yeah. We're good. We've got 2 6s on that one.
So you would think these guys are on some kind of weight loss drug.
Yeah, they're slizzbackers.
It's a weird thing to experience out here in the waste, because one thing you don't want to be on is weight loss drugs. But it looks like that's what they're on. They're like really thin, like you'd see his bone structure.
Thin.
And they're tweaked a little bit.
Okay.
So you don't know.
But I guess the bigger question is, would I be able to quickly identify by name and say,
no, and it's something specific. So you do know that it doesn't have the signs of any of the proper names you know, which is a little odd. So that suggests it might be why they're so keen on the facility, is they might be getting something from there. So all of that to you, Wynona, just he probably raises an eyebrow a little bit, like it's all kind of internal dialogue, but he's given them the once over. You give me a tech. Do either of you have the tech skill?
Where would I find that? Sorry.
Lower right hand part of the skills box under technology. Psi is the name of the skill.
I have
What's
two.
it called?
Psi, SCI.
Lower right hand corner. I can't.
You've got combat, athletics. It's the lower right hand box.
I'm dumb.
You are not.
Okay, you see perception?
Your pointer finger was nearly on it.
Go down.
Pointer finger was nearly on it.
Keeps going invisible.
Yeah.
So go up from saves and then to your right.
She's got 2.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your 2 dice. Go ahead and roll your 2 dice.
Yeah.
Roll a third die for him.
Aw.
2 5s. So
Okay, that's near. That's fine. The partial gives you. It looks like the spears they have a magnet on the end, and then possibly some kind of explosive device.
Ooh. They stick and they blow.
Yep. But you need to throw them at something metal.
Right.
So I see you have other people back there. Do they want to come here too?
Oh, yeah, I think that they do want to come here. But we just want to make sure that you're okay with that, and that those the spheres will sort of be put down, maybe.
Oh, the spears aren't for you. The spears are for the robots.
Robots. Oh, the robots guarding.
There are sentries. Just a little bit further the direction you were going, there's a military facility, and there are pop-up weapons, and they have bright lances. They have beams that can just cut you in half, and then there's these robotic sentries. But these spears do really good. They stick and they explode, and generally that discourages the sentries.
Oh, that's good to know. Great, and also I've got a protein bar here if anybody would like to take a nibble or a bite.
One of the guys in the armor says, "They have bars?" And his buddy says, "That's not what she means." And the guy, the Joy Ramon, just shushes them. You can come on up. We're making stone soup. I think we've got like one frog leg or something in there, and something that's probably an herb. I mean, it's mostly water. It's kind of broth, but we're happy to share.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll call the troops in.
Okay. Well, Erik, will you actually come in, or do you remain at a distance with?
I will come in. I will come in.
This is a camp full of basically, they're acting kind of like amphetamine addicts, and they're all very gaunt and underfed and jumpy, also very nervous. And they've got a lot of things here that blow up, like you see them packing grenades. So there are explosives all over the camp.
Watch your step.
Oh yeah, you should be careful. Those explode and they can really hurt you. Were you going? Did you know there was a facility up ahead?
Oh, I'll let Tiber answer if. I just joined the.
We're obviously we're wandering searchers such as yourselves. What brings you to these parts, if I can ask?
We're scavengers. We take what we can off of what's left of the ruins of the land.
I get it. A man from my own heart. I once knew a king of the scavs. There was a something I noticed about how heavily armored you guys are. Are you bucking for a fight soon? You guys seem kind of onto the teeth.
We're running out of supplies, and we want. Just tell them. There are some supplies in there that are hard to get anywhere else, and he's literally ripping paper at this point.
Okay.
we'd very much like some of those supplies.
What are those supplies? What do they want? Because look, obviously our needs and your needs could certainly coincide.
So one of them says under his breath without thinking, soldier, you sure look fit, but are you sexy thin?
They're looking for sexy thing, you guys.
Yeah.
That's yeah. That
Jordan looks over at him and hushes him.
yeah. So Tiber remembers from looking at the map. This is Steadman Heights Station. It's a sexy thin installation. You don't just get thin; you get sexy thin. So this place actually created this. They create this sexy thin. Now
they were sponsors. So they were I think feeding them to the soldiers, and using that to try to sell more, and that means that there's still boxes in there. There's still more boxes, right? And one of them, oh yeah, there's still boxes. Don't worry. So every once in a while we eat what we can, and then when we get really really hungry, we put on as much armor as we can, and we run like the devil himself is after us. And then those damn guns and sentries blast us. We're getting better at making shells, though.
I'm gonna take a little sidebar with my crew here real quick because I think we can help each other out.
Mutually exclusive.
Could I have your shoes?
That's what you meant before.
No, they're covering my feet right now.
Oh, I was just gonna add them to the stew.
Using them. Yeah.
Do you have extra shoes?
No, I'm using these. The ones that are on my feet right now.
Food?
Hey, I think maybe we can contribute something to the stew. Am I right?
Okay, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't make us fat.
No, it shouldn't. I have the crumbs from a kugel in a Ziploc bag that I could dump in.
They all mutter at once, "Sexy thin," and nod their heads no. No,
Okay.
no sugar. We're fit and we're sexy thin, soldier.
My protein bar has 55 carbohydrates, but it has 12 grams of protein.
He mutters low carb and starts drooling uncontrollably. Low carb?
My. Yes. Would you like to have that?
They start to gravitate towards you almost like Walking Dead style.
Okay.
And again, they're kind of as one muttering low carb.
All right. Hold on.
Oh, sorry. She just said she had low carb, high protein. That's almost keto.
Why? How many of those bars you got?
I have exactly one. For the stew.
So 2 of them draw knives and face off against one another. We'll figure this out.
I could split it in half.
They put their knives away.
I think we're gonna have to split it in half a whole lot of times.
That was so Solomon of her. I love that.
Were they about to fight each other?
Yeah, they were going to fight each other.
Yep, it worked.
Was there going to be a tournament for the one left would win the protein bar? Because that might not be the worst idea.
we sometimes have to do that to decide who gets the precious bars.
So I'm gonna circle up my party here, and I want to get a little out of earshot.
Okay.
And I said, I think we can get these guys to create a fireworks display distraction while we are zing-zanging around the other side.
Right.
I mean, we probably could get some of those explosives that they have too.
Well, I want to get some of them, but I also want all guns pointed at them and not looking our way, even though we can kind of saunter past because of the chips in us, right?
Yeah, you think the chips will get you by everything but the hardest security. So it should get you in theory.
Okay, Torg feels like this good idea. Torg could be behind this. However, Torg curious, when done, could we possibly talk to them about harmful body image issues and potentially help them with these very clearly problematic issues they have with sexy thin?
These are
Yeah.
choices they made.
I think that if we could perhaps tell them that we're going to get their sexy thin medication, take their weapons and break into the facility, and get what we need, and then have an intervention about how voluptuous bodies are just as beautiful as we're all accepted.
Or Torg could show how strong big can be.
Yeah. Instead of using them as bait, Tiber, perhaps we can help them.
What a post-apocalypse.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably all gonna die.
No.
So are we. So
Torg's
I mean,
very
if it's
ashamed of
look.
family right now. Wynona seems to be only good one with some sort of soul inside left.
I
Of
mean,
the two crews, I'm least interested in pleasing them.
he has a point.
They also might be twitchy, but they all have excellent cheekbones.
So if we what if we told them that we could get in and turn off the robots and then they could help us, right? I mean, like, we don't
Two
need
of them
to
are fist fighting. Torg, they're so weak that it's going to take them a long time to knock anyone out. Yeah, they're like getting all their strength and they're doing that. And then one falls over, but then the other guy helps him up. It's really kind of sad. The companions looked at each other. Wynona's jaw dropped, the shock clear on her face. Torg dripped blood, held up the severed head, looked at the face, the grimace, the final grimace of its death, fixed forever. And they decided silently they would never speak of this ever again. Colt? Everyone in the camp is dead. You have an assortment of injuries and wounds, nothing that a few hours of rest and medical attention won't cure. You will never speak of this again. It escalated very, very quickly. I mean, they were tweaking, and it got out of hand way faster than you would have expected. Torg also has combat reflexes, among other things. So by the time you knew what was happening, I mean, Torg, their bones snapped so much easier than you expected them to. Normally, when you would give someone a backhand or grab their arm just to get them to stop to convince them that you were serious, you wouldn't expect the arm to come off. But they're in the state of their desiccation from their long-time addiction and starvation that the arm that you intended just to jostle popped free of the socket and came off in your hand. A couple of them pathetically tried to fight you, but you saw how they fought hand to hand. A couple went in with daggers. You still have one sticking into you. You don't have the heart to pull it out because it felt like the one act of defiance that he actually managed to connect with. So you leave it sticking in your ribs as a tribute to the one survivor with any courage and strength to fight back tangibly. A couple of them threw their spears, but none of you are metal. So they clanged well wide of where they were expected to go, and one hit the nearest metal thing, which was a barrel full of gunpowder. That ended poorly. Their weapons were not built to fight a team of trained flesh and blood wasters. They were meant only to fight bots when they were so starving they had to go get the bars they're addicted to. That won't be a problem now. So who's going to take the treasure list?
Can I just read this note I've been working on in the background the whole time?
Yeah, sure.
Dear cockroach people, your addiction hurts us in many ways, but probably the most is it caused us to spend a whole lot of time wondering what it would be like if we could rehabilitate you. So I have made this note to tell you that you have heard us today, and we hope that you get treatment for your addiction now. Thank you. We love you.
That was beautiful.
Tiber wipes some viscera from his face and goes, well, more sexy thin for us.
Sounds delicious.
There's no sexy thin in the camp. They were
What?
They were out. They were tweaking.
I mean, in the building. We don't have to split the
Oh,
spoils.
no. There's some in the
We don't have to
building for
share.
sure.
We don't have to share.
Do you salvage? Do
Because Tiber's got a photo shoot coming up.
you ransack the camp for salvage?
Yes, explosives and
Okay. So I'm gonna have.
I'll jot it down.
Okay. Let's make that 6 chunks of arms. Let's give.
Wait, wait! You just said
human arms.
Please.
Weapons. I think he means weapons.
The arms category of salvage.
Okay.
6 chunks of technology. 5 chunks of trade. There are 4 of those shells. If anyone wants to wear a cockroach shell, they would slow your movement a little bit because they're not super agile.
That's why we went through all of that, right? For the chip, so that we wouldn't need those shells.
Yeah, but at some point, it's not going to work against everything. But
Well, would it slow down Torg? So Torg is like.
Make you more awkward because of the way it's shaped. It won't slow you
What
down.
if I put them? What if I put one under each of my feet, and then I could use them like skates,
like snowshoes,
to go faster?
If you had B with you, because B's got some of the tech skills, you could maybe adapt them into, because you're so big, you could maybe use them as pauldrons. Let's actually say you've done that because they would look cool. So let's say that you're just going to raise your energy armor by a point.
Okay.
In your notes, yeah, because you now have shiny protection. The other thing that you can get is there are 6 of those spears left. So if anyone's got a halfway decent hurl throw, they're pretty good against robots and kind of shit against anything else.
Oh, I'm sure I do.
I have a really good hurl throw, so I'm gonna have Karen crisscrossed with one of those spears.
Okay. So mark down whoever's taking them. Do you take all 6? 2. Erik takes 2. Anybody take anything else?
I've got a 6 hurl throw, so I 100% want some of those.
Nevada's going to take one just because they look kind of cool.
Okay. And there are also 4 EMP grenades.
Ooh.
Guess is that they will stun robots.
I'll take a couple of those. Yeah.
Okay.
So Wynona should have one too.
Wynona should have one.
2 went to Tiber, 1 went to Torg, 1 went to Wynona. So just mark out somewhere that you have them.
Okay.
And there's a terrible stew they were making.
And it will remain
terrible stew.
Wait, Book's got to eat, right?
It reminds you, for a while you had a companion that just called herself Shadow, and she occasionally you get village TPKs like this, and you eventually parted ways because she was a little too, but this was entirely unexpected. So as the party walk away, kind of whistling and trying to pretend it didn't happen.
We didn't call when everything went, and if I can quote Torg, boom boom, we didn't draw any attention to. We're just outside the facility, right?
Oh, you're like a mile or 2 away. Not
Okay.
No.
My geography was off.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Yes, we need to move forward. And,
Yes.
Bork is not totally broken of the some things are not meat you should eat habit. So I assume you're going to be doing a lot of yelling, like leave it at
yes,
Bork.
Bork, that's not, and it's not a lot anyway. So come here.
It's super stringy. Absolutely. Bork. All right.
I also feel like Torg would feel, considering Torg's penchant for like taking trophies and honoring themselves. What was the name of these people again?
They didn't have a name. You heard them referring to themselves as a tribe.
The tribe. Okay, so
See what it would say Roach Tribe.
well, obviously now, because of what has happened, Torg has renamed Laverne and Shirley Roach Tribe.
Roach Tribe.
In honor the carnage that just happened. And Torg feels so guilty about what went down that Torg takes all the bodies and piles them together and puts them in the stew as a way to honor them, their burial. Because we're not going to eat the stew. We want nothing to do with the stew.
We're going to make a stew offering to the
Right. So
nothing says we honor you more than cooking you.
So,
well, right, but Torg's not eating it.
They're pale, Tiber. I mean, it's not.
They're joining their beloved stew.
I'm doing a wipe.
It's desert to table eating.
Shannon, not
Yes.
Todd. Shannon, you and I. Son, we don't have much food left, and I'm afraid we have to have this talk. If I fall, you understand that your father is also meat, yes?
Yes.
And he puts his arm around you. Wait, up there on that hill, it's some kind of camp. Come, let's see what's there. Oh, something terrible has happened here. There's some kind of a fight. Look, a stew, an enormous stew still on the boil.
Amazing, Father. This is a true blessing.
It smells like
the Ramones.
Do you still have that bowl that your mother left you?
I do have the bowl my mother left us.
And I have the ladle. You can have the first bowl. Meanwhile, the party has headed further towards the military installation. I'm going to go ahead and do that.
We have bad karma for stewifying our roach people.
I don't want to judge.
Sure,
so
it's fair. Of course.
Honoring them. It was the proper burial.
It could have been
just leaving their bodies screwed everywhere.
Colt.
It could have been the kid eating them caused bad karma in the area. It was
a proper burial would have been a burial.
Can I have
any burial?
Can I have Steadman Heights?
Sure disagree.
Ooh.
Pretty. We're Steadman Heights.
Ooh, now it's mid-century modern.
All right. So
nice.
Okay. So when you're looking at that, that shows various forms of damage that have happened. So this area, because the bombs fall, there are areas where there were quakes, there's areas of collapse. Anything that's yellow has had moderate damage. So the buildings have partially collapsed. Anything that's red has had serious damage. So that's all nearly flattened.
Ooh.
The green thing is literally a glowing green cloud.
It's got to be healthy.
Yeah, that's probably just fine, right?
Yeah, we're fine. Everything's fine.
So
we're all fine here. How are you?
The next question would be, what
How are you?
direction do you want to approach from? Or do you just see the cloud and swipe left and fuck off and go find a job somewhere else?
I mean, the cloud's not going to bother me, right?
Nope.
And I already know that.
Do we have to be in the cloud? Is the cloud part of our destination? Cloud's our destination.
The only data I gave you have is what I gave you, and the data that's implied by the labeling on the map.
I'm just trying to remember where our destination is.
You don't rightly know, but Tiber knows that the secure stuff is likely going to be subterranean. So you need somewhere to get into something that will connect to the sub-levels.
Does Tiber know where the sub-levels would be?
You don't have those maps.
So we don't have those maps. So we need to, now are there patrols or is it just robots? Like, do we have any intel on this place?
The only intel is circumstantial, that these places regularly have pop-up automated defenses and robot sentinels.
So we never, before they started infighting and blowing each other up, we didn't get any download from the Ramones about about if there were any live guards. Just
Nope, they
rodents.
literally just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and killed each other.
No, they could have confirmed that yes, sometimes they're lucky. They did a lot of the raids on the left side of the map where the habs were, and trying to get food there. And if you watched real careful, they'd say the problem is our armor's shiny, so not really good for stealth. But if we were lucky, the patrol would have a gap and we could run in, do our business, and get out.
Okay.
But there's at least a couple of the sentry bots left that are patrolling the entire complex.
Well, if there's, does anybody here like decent hackers?
Just you.
Not me.
That would be.
Now we left our.
So then, yes. Here's what I'm proposing is if we can get into the main facility, we can get into a database and get an internal map where it would show stairs might be going down, or their hatches and or things. If I can get to a database, I can then use my magic fingers. And I don't mean actual ghost head magic. I mean technical skill. That was a slight. I was slighting you.
I felt it.
But I'm offering, if we can find a place in the main facility that has a data port, I could probably locate a way down.
So the reason that you have this map right now, this updated map, is because you are close enough now that you can kind of see this from where you're at.
Yep.
So you're looking at the main facility building, and it is partially collapsed. It's in that yellow area.
Mm-hmm.
So you think your plan is solid, but you're probably to do some climbing. I will, don't worry about it being in your sheet. I will assume a couple of you have climbing kits. You're also in a modern setting, so having some, ultra tight, ultra strong cord with you, paracord, you've definitely got that. So that plan will probably work, but it'll be climbing down into a partial collapse, looking for a secure point that's not been severed. But Tiber has the right skills to be able to point that out if he sees it.
I mean, it seems like I'm probably the best climber in the group. So maybe an advance party of me and Tiber would not be the worst.
And if you go slowly and tie off, it's going to give you bonuses and you'll take less damage if you slip. So do you want to just send the two of them looking for an initial map to confirm where you need to go in?
Yeah, we're not going to be that much help yet.
So will the whole group get a little closer first?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I need, let's have Jess do it. Jess, roll a d6 for me.
4.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and
Kill you all.
spend the negative karma.
Ooh.
As you find a good place to hole up as they go in with the advanced party, you spot at distant range a sentry bot. So the sentry thing looks like 2 metal garbage cans stacked wide mouth to wide mouth like this, with treads on the side and a cluster of spider-like arms. It is rolling your direction. Now, Tiber knows if your tags work, you want to let it scan you. But if you want to kill it, Erik knows the best time to do it is at range. So the question is, do you want to try to kill it the moment you see it, or do you want to rely on those chips working and let it scan?
I mean, I'm going to pull Karen.
Okay. Well, that shouldn't matter, right? Like, unless you're actually firing, having your gun out should still not register you as a hostile. Like, the tag can still work if you let it.
Look, it's
I
very
don't know how
painful.
far
Like,
away.
we got the tags for a reason.
Right. I would like to think that I didn't get surgery for the first time just to...
You have to test it out.
Just
Might as well
kill
do
a
it
robot.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
True.
It goes grinding along, and it's obviously not been repaired for a long time. So it's my understanding, as just somebody who reads about military stuff and who's not military, is that tread-like things need almost constant repair. Funny note for long-time gamer people, my boss at FOSSA, which is Battletech, was literally a tank commander. In his office, he had pictures of him popping out of the top of tanks. then he would say there's a lot of like having to go in there and update. Point being, this thing is rumbling along, and it's got like thrown treads, missing treads, so it's kind of doing this.
So it's a little adorable.
Yeah.
It's got like a Wall-E
Like
quality to it.
It does a bit, yeah.
Aw.
The arms apparently are to manipulate things in its environment, because the weapon in its chest is some kind of energy weapon, sort of, Stark Iron Man, Omni beam looking thing, but its arms are all, and occasionally will do things like move things out of the way of its treads. Erik, you hold it together as it gets closer and closer, and
Yeah. I mean, they've all convinced me.
yeah, one of those arms is going to roll up. Do any of you present yourselves first, or you just let it scan? So Tiber, it knows where the thing is supposed to be. So your friend was right. It goes to the right place. There's a little thing that lights up, and you feel a little bit of an electrical, like a static, like made a connection. And then
I make a little print sound.
moves to each person. When it's done, it turns to Wynona and says, "Welcome back to base, Colonel." And then the arm goes down, it turns and goes back on its patrol.
Anybody else taste cinnamon? Wow.
Although I assume once it rolled right up on you, you
Wow.
started smelling of roses again.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying in my mouth. My fillings vibrated for a second, and then it was like I hit a red hot. Anywho, that's got to be good.
Although I think the 17-year-old might have a different reaction to the static charge, but we don't need to go there.
I'm not going to act it out.
No.
Just realized that you're into violet wands all of a sudden.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Wow, we go right for the violet ones.
There's only one way to go for the violet wand.
Well, just be very careful above or below the waist, my friend. All right, so you let the thing rumble away, yes? It
Yes.
seems pleased with this. It's doing its normal, as far as you can tell, it's doing its normal patrol.
Like, I just like the fact that it seems pleased. Like it's just like it was a good day.
Oh, Chuck. Yeah, I really saw somebody today.
I scared
Finally,
some people.
the first
They
time
checked out. Job well done,
I'm gonna go
Feeblebot.
get it. I'm gonna go get a can of oil.
That's
I
it.
mean, that really is a pretty A+ day for the apocalypse. If you
I'm
think about it.
saying
19th hole. Here we come.
it's little me time.
Its attitude did seem to change when it scanned Wynona.
It did?
Yeah, it said it called her Colonel.
Colonel now. Colonel Doctor. Dr. Colonel.
How big can
D&D,
that line?
DVN.
It did not scan Bork, by the way.
Oh, did not scan Bork.
Well, it probably sees a lot of scavenger type animals around here, so it doesn't waste any of its energy trying to pick off
Yeah.
smaller animals.
It
It's
seems
more-
pleased, so I mean,
yeah, it's just like yeah. I guess it was. I didn't have to use my AK.
today
I
was
guess
a
it
good
was a good day.
Yeah.
It was Tiber
Fucked around and got a triple double.
Tiber and Erik are going to do the getting closer and then going into the looking for the uplink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got good karma because we pleased a robot.
You absolutely did, yes. So you go to the main facility, and you are going to take the extra time for security, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you both need to make 2 climb fall tests with an extra die.
All right. I can
Where's
do-
climb fall? Okay, climb fall with an extra die. You said
Yep.
2 of them.
2 of them. You're looking for 6s each time.
I got 2 5s on the first one.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't get it on the second one.
Okay,
I got a
so-
5 on the first one and 2 6s on the second one.
Okay. So on the first one, you both slip a bit. There'll be some damage, but it's a partial success, so you take half damage. What are your resistances against slashing? The second value.
Me?
4.
4 and 5, 3. Tiber, you take 3 points, 3 hits, which is also an injury. So go ahead and do a D6.
Ooh.
And so you've taken injury to one of those 6 locations.
4.
So that just mark that 4 box.
Okay.
Your armor, Tiber just got unlucky. Your armor protects you, Erik. So the two of you do a little stumbling as you go down, but nothing terrible. Tiber did take some damage, but injuries come back quick. Once you get out of a dangerous situation, it's only like 10 minutes per injury. That doesn't count kind of like resting in D&D. If you're in the middle of the thing that's stressful or dangerous, you can't recover then.
Get it.
So you're banged up a little bit. So this building is a partial collapse. Like it's got two upper towers that have fallen in on the building. So you are making your way in, around, and through partially destroyed hallways on the inside of a building. You come out in a hallway, and there's like a proper computer console. It's what you've been looking for. To the left of it, so this is a place, and there's a couple of surviving couches, those short couches. So this is a place where people would wait possibly for meetings, right? So there's a big one of those cardboard standee things that was put there by the Sexy Thin people. It's got the logo, and it incorporates a big mirror, and it's one of those foil mirrors, so it's not an actual glass mirror. And it's got a partial body, so it's meant like the thing with Captain America, you're supposed to stand up and your reflection will be in the mirror. And there's a sign that says, "Soldier, you may be fit, but ask yourself, are you sexy thin?" So you can go around Tiber to the console, and you can
like this company body shames the military.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
They
so suck.
It's unfortunate.
It's so upsetting.
It's very upsetting.
So I go around to the console, right?
Yeah, where the mirror is set up, also the cartoon soldier body is a little chunky.
Oh.
So clearly the purpose is to make you look and go, I could lose a few. So you make a hack test.
Yeah.
He's literally got a toolkit that looks like the thing in Aliens with the leads where they say, give me a bypass. It's one of those things.
Yep. Hack roll?
Yep. You need to get into this system.
I did not.
And it wasn't.
I thought I was a hacker, but I only get 4 rolls in hacking.
4.
Happy at it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The mirror is slightly bent, so it's got a little bit of a fun house.
Yeah.
It definitely, the picture of the meal bar makes it look very tasty.
Yeah.
It's a very good ad.
Yeah.
So he yells, I got it. So now you guys know the direction to go in, where you're going to need to go in the complex to get where you need to go. So you could now withdraw, get the party, and go where you need to go.
Yeah.
All right. So
I come out with like a dot matrix print of the map.
Yeah.
Because there's like an old school printer.
Yeah,
You
and I
have
look
to,
at the
like,
party.
lay out in 16 pieces.
Yeah, it took a little while. And I said, it thought it was sly, but so am I. And I come upstairs and I hand over the map.
So let's have you both do 2 more of those climb tests.
Yeah.
So it's possible because you're already a little damaged, but it could be bad if you fail these, but you got it.
I got a 6 on that one.
Okay, good.
I am extra successful on the second one, so I'm successful both times.
Okay.
And I successful on the second one.
Okay, so you guys climb out. I'm going to need...
I learned from my mistakes.
Yeah, for sure. On the way back to the group, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kick the negative karma. There is another patrol bot approaching.
Colonel?
Well, you're only the 2 of you because the 2 of you are coming out of the complex. You're not to the colonel yet. So are you going to wait for the thing to
Did we get a name from the other bot?
No, sadly.
No, we can't drop it.
Morris told us we were cool. So.
Oh, yeah, exactly. XG67 was like all about us. We made his day. We can do the same for you.
Had a number 14 painted on it.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, so I need the 2 of you to make notice checks for me.
Okay.
Notice.
There you go. Oh, flying colors, dude. 4 6s on that one.
Oh, I got 1 5. I did not notice.
Just the 4 successes.
4 successes and a 5.
It's sparking around where its sensor array is.
Uh-huh.
It may be a damaged, malfunctioning robot.
I would say let's get away from this one. It may not be able to read us and think we're hostile immediately.
How far away is it?
Or where's Karen?
It is far, so you could shoot it, or you could just start running.
If we're running, we might be perceived as hostile. It's a ranged weapon that it has on it. So I say take it off the playing field.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to...
Okay, let me get initiative. Both of you, so let's roll all your speed.
And then number 14 clutches its chest and goes, well, I was having such a good day.
That will come back to him, and it's actually making a whistling noise. It's fully content. Okay, Tiber, what's your speed?
So I roll 8. So I roll 8.
Oh, you roll them on the dice. You add them together. The two of you are crazy fast.
8 dice and add them up.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. Okay.
Yeah, I'm 29.
Good Lord. Yeah. 2 guys who wanted to ask for initiative. The 2 of you are the right choice.
Okay. 9, 12, 21, 17, 21, 26.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. Okay. So, Erik, you're first. You're both way before Broken Robot.
Yep.
Which is JJ's company, right?
Yep.
Broken Robot, yeah. So you can go ahead and roll the hit.
All right.
We cleared it.
Oh, good. This is the 3rd range category. This is far but not distant. So it's ideal for you, right?
I got a single 5.
Okay, so you just get that's going to be a,
Half damage.
so I don't know how much you want to play the karma game, but you can make it into a regular hit by blowing the karma.
Fuck it, let's do it. Make it a regular hit.
All right, so go ahead and do your hit. And its armor against firearms is 4. So every die that gets a 4 or higher, you get a point.
I got 1 point.
6 is your crit value.
I got 1 point.
Literally, you just got 1 point for the whole attack.
Yep, I sure did.
Holy shit!
3 3s, 2 2s, and a 4.
So I would say that it would like ping off the robot. So you hit it. Yeah, totally. So Tiber, you want to give a shot at range? Do you want to auto pistol that son of a bitch?
You're on mute.
I have a squeaky chair, so I go mute when I'm
auto pistol. You can do regular single fire, which looks like everything else.
It sounds like a euphemism, Tiber.
Yeah, it is. Squeaky chair.
If you fire on auto, your miss becomes a regular hit.
Great.
But it's more likely to jam.
Okay, so I rolled a shoot.
We have to decide auto or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna auto. I want to get us out of here.
Okay, roll the hit. So that's shoot. You just need 6s.
I got a 6.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your damage.
And how many of those do I roll to damage?
It should say damage under the weapon summary.
Okay, sorry. Damage 5D.
Yep. And then you're looking.
All right, let's go, baby.
Pardon me?
4 or better is
4
for a point. Every 6 scores your crit value in addition.
Oh, dude. 4 out of 5 of them hit.
Okay, did you get any 6s?
I got 1 6. I got a 6, 2 5s, and a 4.
Okay, so re-roll the 6.
Okay. It was a 1.
Okay, so you scored 7 points. So you both hit it. That wasn't enough to knock it out. It's going to get to return fire. It will return fire on Tiber.
I have a chip.
He did. It is malfunctioning. It can't scan you. Oh. It also can't scan until it comes right up to you. So attack. He hits. He does energy damage. So what's your energy defense?
You talking to me or him?
This is Tiber.
My energy defense is in a place that I should know where it is.
It's on the lower right part of your sheet.
Battle weave. Oh, it's a 3.
Okay, so that's going to be three hits. I didn't get any crit though, which is good because the crit's nasty on this. That's going to be an injury. You will take Oh, you haven't had a chance to rest. So roll the d6.
It's a 6.
Okay, so now you've got an injury at 4 and 6. And what that does is if you get another injury where you already have an injury, it becomes a wound. So right
Nice.
now you're just a little tore up, but not in like a long-term way.
Cool.
We then loop back around. We can do this quickly, hopefully. Erik,
Yep.
it is staying at that range. So
I'm gonna shoot at it.
that's also its optimal range for its energy weapon. So it's not closing. I know that's fine for Erik. Go ahead and shoot.
I missed.
Oh my God. All right. Tiber.
How far away is it?
So it's at far, so it's the 3rd range category.
No, my question is, can I Leroy Jenkins this with my vibro knife and just poke him right in the Iron Man eye?
You can Leroy Jenkins this round and poke it next round, because you would spend the round closing the distance from close.
Yeah, but then he can get a shot off at me
You could.
in between.
Yeah.
And I don't want to risk that with 2 injuries.
Yep.
So I'm just going to shoot again.
Okay. And there are further down the line for these, just since we occasionally talk mechanics, there are feats you can get to do things. Like Erik, there's actually one that's called Run and Gun, which is about moving and firing at the same time. So there's eventually things that you can learn to make these things easier. Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
I got a 6 and a 5.
So you hit. Do your damage.
Yep. And
Erik, Tiber's going to give you a complex, man.
Yeah.
and I got I didn't crit on any of them, but I got 3 hits.
Okay. So it's damaged. It's going to shoot again at you. Energy weapon is a hit.
Uh-oh.
And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and a crit. That's 8 hits.
Ooh.
Are you still positive?
I how many am I? So I'm taking this down from. How many did I get last time, by the way?
I don't remember. I think it was.
I had 3, so that was 8. So now I am out. Like I had 11 hits, but I can keep going 11 into the hole,
You
right?
go negative, but now that you're negative, things are more dangerous.
Okay.
Now I've done 2. That's 2 injuries this round, so you have to roll injury twice now.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, luckily not in any of the other areas.
And then the second hit. Let's see if you can pull through with the luck. One more hit. You got to take
Fane.
2 injuries.
Pardon me?
You took 2 injuries because it's every 3 points of damage. So you take another injury.
Okay. Oh, so and so I roll
One more
D6 again and see if you can get it to not
to land in a 2 or a 5 spot.
Yes.
It's a 2.
All right. Good, because the wounds have a possibility of all kinds of badness.
Yep.
The other remaining terrible thing that happens is when you take 2 or more injuries from one attack, you also get a condition. Because this is an energy weapon, the condition is going to be dudes on fire. So it cauterizes the wound, but your clothes around it burst into flames.
Okay.
Tiber is now burning.
Uh-huh.
Erik, what do you do?
I gotta save his ass again. So I'm gonna take off my jacket.
You can't see this, right?
I have
Navad
to take off my
and Torg
jacket.
and Wynona, we're too far away.
We'll get
This
back
is all.
to you because you might have seen it, but you can't possibly get close enough to affect it in this time. So that we might have swung the camera to see a couple of you, but you'll never get into the combat.
We'll never get there. I just want to bust on Tiber for bursting into flames for laughing at my flaming skull head. Who's on fire now, huh?
So Erik, what do you do?
I'm gonna smother his flames with my jacket, which is flame retardant.
I won't have you make a roll. That makes complete sense. So Tiber, he puts you out. Your buddy puts you out, and there's got to be at least a minor flashback of you're going down. There's a hole in you that's been burned. You're on fire, and there's Erik again, putting you out.
I said, this is the tax I pay for actually hitting the thing.
Is that I saved your life again? Yes.
So once again, I'm saving your ass so that you can save mine.
So
Yes, I guess you owe me another favor.
I'm actually going to use the negative karma to cost you your action to the inter-party bickering, meaning that the horrible Sentinel bot is going to shoot Erik because you're the guy standing over him. You're the target.
Yep.
And I hit.
Yeah,
What's your energy defense?
3.
Oh shit. Well, fortunately, they don't get cascading dice. They don't get exploding dice. So that's 9. It's going to be 13 points of damage.
Holy shit, that takes me down to -1.
Okay. And the other problem is it's 4 injuries.
All right.
Whoa!
Here we go.
This
4.
is not good.
What do you mean?
So assign all of them and let me know if you get any wounds.
3. 6. Hey, I avoided all the injuries. Or
My God.
4 injuries though.
Wow, that's really slick. You guys are pros, man.
Yeah, at avoiding injuries.
I mean,
If
maybe you
we
don't
go
want the
outside of
map.
a barn with a gun, we'd be done with this thing.
Not to sound like an 80s gangster. Hand or a leg?
Oh. Leg.
Okay. A big chunk of your thigh muscle is burned away because you just, again, conditioned. You took 4 points from one hit. 4 points is very serious. You're now going to have a fairly long-term Dr. Gregory House problem where part of your thigh is missing, which is going to cut down your running movement.
Do I
So
lose speed now?
I assume he will, we'll figure that out later, but for now, I assume he cries out in agony because that was fucking horrible.
Ow, man!
It's also going to cost you your action because there's no way you're immediately going to be combat ready.
Sure.
Tiber, however, can fight.
Tiber's tossing his EMP grenade.
That sounds like the absolute perfect thing to do here.
We
That's a
probably
great-
should have done that to be.
We've got one of these.
So at this point,
I thought Karen was going to settle this conversation early,
I think Erik,
but I was wrong.
so go ahead and do the throw.
Mhm.
Hurl throw.
I'm looking. Okay. I got a 5 on that one. Oh, wait, no. Yes, I got a 5 on that one.
Okay. I would advise you to use the karma because you don't want to get a near miss with a hand grenade.
No, I don't.
So will you go ahead and
Yeah.
Good.
Close does count though, because it's
It
a
absolutely did, but it would count him and me.
It counts. Yeah, it's close to you too, I guess.
yeah, I guess. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Where's the hand grenade? Okay. Roll. Where is it? Yeah. Come on. Okay, oh, here it is. So roll 6 dice.
What am I looking for?
You're scoring on anything 5 or higher. It's tough and insulated, but any 6 is.
I got 2 5s.
Okay, so you get 2 points of damage, and it was already damaged. All right, there's 2 more points, not enough to destroy it, but
It's an EMP, so
it's an EMP. It's now stunned. So on the following round,
it doesn't get an action.
yep, you can go, and you're going to get +2 dice because it's not moving.
Yeah, so since it's not going to get an action, I am going to now David Bowie this
So you
thing.
start running. Okay,
Yeah.
Erik, as Tiber's running in with his vibro dagger,
Yeah.
you can shoot it at +2 dice because it's.
Fuck yes. I mean,
Karen's hungry.
Karen's very hungry.
And I'm not trying to rub it in that I can run.
Got 4 6s and 2 5s now, but
Yeah, so you're saying sometimes when you do this, it doesn't mean the horrible thing maybe it could otherwise mean?
No, that's exactly right.
All right, cool.
I was very, very, very successful. Here
Nice.
comes the dice roll.
Okay, this should end it, hopefully.
I got three sixes.
Sweet. And then remember to re-roll those because you can keep doing crits as long as you keep.
I got one more 6 and a 4 and a 3. Oh, but it's 5 or above, right? Or no, it's 3 or above for armor, right?
Yep. And then you're going to re-roll that extra 6. You keep rolling until it's not a 6.
5.
Okay. So that was 4 crits times 3, 12 plus 4, like 16, plenty of damage. It will literally explode.
Like
while I'm running towards it.
before Tiber gets
We'll
there.
say that you can do the fly away from the explosion, so you at least get the Michael Bay shot.
Yeah, I'll roll out of the way.
Yeah, make it look cool.
Yeah.
And we'll say at this point the group is running up to you.
Great,
They
thanks.
were all anxious to help.
What happened? What we miss?
Yeah. Both almost died, mother.
We saw it. We were able to see some of that.
Yeah, they're both in terrible shape, and Eric's leg is fucked up.
Brooke thinks it's pretty impressive that you still alive. So I count this as a win.
Any day above ground, Torg.
I
Any
can look
day
at
above
Eric.
ground.
I can look at Eric's leg.
Okay, so he will. The way that works is your medic ability for being a medic archetype. You normally recover 1 injury every 10-15 minutes. When you're being tended by a medic, you do it twice as fast. So you can be like helping him out, and he'll recover his injuries pretty quick. Neither of you was wounded. That's the thing that comes back slower. So in like a half an hour, 45 minutes, they're both fine. So
All injuries are healed?
your injuries are healed, your hit points come back.
But our conditions continue, or like, do I still have a limp for a while?
When you say our conditions,
Well, you were on fire, so you've probably
Your condition was relatively quickly taken care of.
by me. Thank you.
Every condition is cured by what would cure the condition. So like
you do realize I loosened the pickle jar so at the end you could shoot it.
So I blew it up. Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
Just like me and the spider last time.
blood in the eyes might just take to wipe the eyes. Chunk out of my leg with a 4 injury. That condition is going to take several sessions to heal,
Okay.
or special medication or meds. Like you are literally.
I don't know. Maybe Sexy
My
Thin
perfectly
fixes
fucked
muscles.
Can I walk, or am I
You can
like
walk, but you're hobbling.
okay?
So like if it comes down to having to make a run roll against somebody, you'll be doing it at significant disadvantage.
Can I leave this place that is a pile of rubble, or am I kind
Oh
of?
yeah, you can. You just can't
So-
run. Like you can even climn.
Okay.
So charred around the edges of my dot matrix map
Yeah,
yeah. as I pull out.
yeah.
Let's look at them. Sorry guys. But anyway, we're going here.
All right,
So we have we know where we're going.
you do.
Okay.
He would say,
Good job.
This is why you brought me.
Successful,
This is
yeah.
why you brought me.
You
Things we do
are
for
Dinner
love.
and a show.
already through the part of the main facility. Take a look at your maps, and can you give us a map, Colt?
I want to be
Give us
sedated.
either one is fine, but B is fine. So on the left side there's a couple of clusters of habs, and there's a building marked ops. You believe the best path involves going into ops because visually you look at it and it's in pretty good shape, and that has on the map that you downloaded access to the underground, and from there you should be able to get over. You believe where you're trying to go is under Backbreaker Silo. So hopefully, now you happen to know, different people have different reactions to the name Goblin, but Erik is extra radiation resistant because of his being super green. Let's call it that.
Which isn't easy.
Not at all.
Some of the others of you may have a little trouble if you get close to the source of the radiation, but underground, it may not be that bad.
All right.
Good?
I'm all about this. We're doing this.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
in
90% of the way there. We might as well.
in for a penny, in for a pound of thigh meat.
Well, and Torg's pauldrons do look really great.
See?
I mean, they're super neat looking.
Yep.
You know.
Torg's cauldrons have this covered. Torg's down. Radiation ain't gonna stop Torg.
I had built all of you in Hero Forge. I was going to order miniatures, but there's currently no way to add arms and stuff to make mutants, so it's hard to make some of you.
Right.
I can add fox ears though. Like most of you are, you know.
That's
Lord
what
of Fox,
X-Acto
don't struggle at all.
knives and glue is for.
Yeah, totally. You have to go old school, treat it like a Warhammer miniature.
Yeah.
Okay, so the group is gonna circle around and then cut in. Are you gonna go from the bottom and come in through the security gate, or go all the way around and come south and skirt the edge of the radiation cloud?
Man, I don't want to have anything to do with security anymore.
Yeah, no
We'll
doubt.
let other people have big ideas.
What can we see the map again?
Nice, Torg.
Yeah, can you throw up the map? And also, so it's still in chat for you guys if you need it.
Okay, cool. So we could go through the ops, right? Is what we're thinking.
It's just which way are you approaching it? You're going to go bottom up through the main facility and that whole secure area, or do you want to circle wide around and come down?
Well, I mean, the cockroach tribe said that they went in through the side, right? And that they had better luck that way.
The Remoches.
Yeah, they had been they'd been mostly raiding those habs on the left side of the map.
Yeah.
Very nervous about the cloud.
It feels like we should I don't know, it feels like we should go through the side where the habs are.
So you want to come in where there really isn't any yellow or green, slip through as close as you can get, and then basically go west to east.
Yeah, kind of slither down.
Okay. Does the group?
That makes the most sense to me, and just kind of avoid
I was gonna say that looks pretty reasonable. I mean, the most reasonable path considering.
Right.
So one thing that you won't see, and unfortunately viewers won't be able to see this because it's too small. But if you look at the maps I emailed you and you zoom in, there's actually symbols for things like cameras and guns.
Oh.
What? Okay.
I gotta zoom in more.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, hey, look at that! Holy moly! Oh.
Now you don't know what of that is still functioning. Also, Tiber, some of that is exactly the kind of thing that the friend or foe will get you past.
Yep. Can I tell which is which?
You're pretty sure the gun camera combination on ops, the badge is exactly what you use to go there, because that building would be used for things like meetings.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't want high security, just gun you down security on that. So you're pretty sure you can walk right past that defense.
Hey guys, and I tell them what you just said.
Gotcha.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, so that maybe makes a little bit more sense than sneaking around. We could just like go right through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got the surgery for a reason.
We got the fast pass.
Yeah.
You did. You paid for it in Blood and Kugel.
Blood Kugel.
An excellent album.
It's not bad, right?
Yeah, that was
the
a Jewish
Remoches.
death metal. I was gonna say that's a Jewish like death metal band right there.
The Remoches.
Like a
Blood and Kugel.
Klezmer, but with more.
I mean,
like,
Joey Ramone.
Ours. All right. So the group, we montage you sneaking, circling, and approaching the building.
We're sneaking and hiding.
Bork is very excited. Wynona, he can tell that you're a little anxious, so he's all needing scritches to keep calm. So there's this big slobbery dog thing with you, who's gotten full of biscuits at this point. All right, you approach ops, and there's that moment. So you're passing an area with parking, and there are actually vehicles here. So another thing you could theoretically do on your way out is try to boost the vehicle. Some of them may still have gasoline in them. The real reason people don't have very many vehicles in this setting is there's almost no fuel. So, but if there's anything here, like if you go further up on the map, you'll see that there's actually a carpool. So there's a possibility of an underground tank there. It doesn't look like the Cockroach Boys were driving vehicles. So if it was there, they didn't. But this has been here for decades. So somebody may have before they got there.
Gotcha.
Is there a lightning storm on Earth? You still with us, Colt?
He's there.
Okay. All right. So you approach ops, and there's, you'll be warned by Tiber. This is where we're gonna have to. Will you go ahead a little bit first to confirm that the tag scans? I mean, okay. So you get the confirmation you want. You actually kind of almost do the standing, like, okay, scan me. Let's see if you shoot. Being all tense to jump if it opens fire.
Yeah.
The camera definitely tracks, does lock for a second, but then it continues its scan. So you are clear and go right past it. All right.
Light is green, the trap is clean.
You're gonna need to do a hack to get into the building.
Okay. I got a 6 and a 5.
6 is fine, so you got success. So he basically runs a bypass. There's a beep and a click, and the door opens. You head in, and this area has not been violated previously. So one of the things that's here, because it was a meeting room, is there is actually a sexy thin bar machine, and it has bars in it.
Well, I'm dying to know what these things taste like.
You would have to do some hacking to basically pry the front off and unload the machine.
Got 2 6s. I'm in.
You get thin bars. They are not fresh. They probably won't poison you. Do you eat one?
Oh, Torg feels very worried about this. Torg does not think this is a good idea.
Well, I'm not known for my good ideas.
Tiber, make an endurance save.
Ooh.
Always okay. So okay. I just throw 3 of them.
Yeah. If it says 3 dice, and you're looking for a 6.
Yep, I got one.
Okay.
And a 5.
Your stomach revolts because it's a little bit like making a caramel out of Pepto-Bismol, and then coat in that weird waxy chocolate they use a lot during Easter.
Yeah.
Except it's like 80 years old. So it's got a nice crunch to it.
Yeah.
So your body and your stomach revolt instantly.
Okay.
But you now have the experience of having tasted one of these.
I've tasted one. And I'm also going to grab some because apparently they can be kind of currency in the waste.
They really are.
Yeah.
You're going to just have, because you have 41 of these bars, and you definitely have stuff to carry shit in, because everybody in this environment does. So he unloads the machine into a bag. Does anybody else want a stay sexy?
I want to bring one back to Delano to see what he tastes like.
So, do they look chocolate?
No, they have a nice crunch to them.
No, but like, can I tell that they're chocolate?
When he holds it up, it does look and smell like chocolate.
No.
I'm gonna just like ever so slightly, like just like a flash, like in the Fellowship of the Ring with Bilbo. My face is gonna go skull face for just like a second, and then back to normal, just to be like, no, I don't like these.
Yeah. So Tiber probably wouldn't even notice it. You just kind of like fade to the side. So yeah, Tiber eats one.
Took one for the team.
I take it
they're delicious.
He said it's delicious, but occasionally his stomach has something else to say. So you definitely get the wub-wubs from him audibly. But yeah.
Tiber, you okay there?
No, I feel horrible.
I told you, Torg, say bad idea. You need to listen to Torg next time.
Yeah, I should have. It was a worst idea.
Torg know best.
Yeah.
So you need to take the elevator in this run.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Head in there, and when you enter, the elevator says out loud, "Welcome, Colonel."
Hi,
Then it starts going down.
Dr. Colonel.
I feel good about this, you guys. I feel really good about this.
These implants
I mean,
work
it might
very
be
well.
It might be the after effects of the sexy thing, but I'm feeling kind of great.
Yeah.
I feel kind of amazing right now.
That would be the ephedra kicking
Woo!
in
You
bloodstream.
guys taste cinnamon?
No, we don't.
You know, Tiber, if you want, Torg can take care of sexy thin bars.
No, they're going to stay right here. My precious are staying with me.
Torg,
Oh,
we'll take care of this later.
Oh, okay.
I have to write another note.
Birthday present.
There's a bang noise. The door opens, and there is a security station with a 2 security bots flanking where there'd be somebody sitting normally, obviously by the way the desk is shaped. And the security door you need to go through is behind that position.
Well, our skin tag's got us this far. And I'm
Colonel?
feeling like kind of pumped. So I'm just gonna I do the thing to be scanned.
Okay.
I said, I'm here with the Colonel. I'm here with the Colonel.
One of the bots, number 23, turns to Wynona. Orders, please.
Oh, this is a lunch bot, you guys. You know what? I'm good. I got sexy thin.
Its head just pivots and then pivots right back to Wynona.
Take us to the underground area.
The door behind the security position opens on its own, and one of the 2 security bots falls in next to you. Bork immediately starts barking at it. Bork is clearly jealous. Bark, 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 bark.
Don't worry, you would never be replaced by these robot thingies. You know, I can't dress them like I dress you. And
Beast Mastery to calm Bork, please. You need to make a calm Bork roll. It's a very granular system. You know, you got to make your calm Bork roll.
Yes.
Calm your dog down.
Yeah.
I did. I am.
All
Okay,
right.
Bork, remember what I learned? Tactical breathing. Breathe in 1, 2, 3. Breathe out 1, 2, 3.
So we see from Bork's point of view, and what he hears is, but I love Bork. Blah, 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 Bork pretty. And then we go back to you.
You
And
breathe
it just
out.
drools stupidly, and one of its eyes loses focus. All right, so the robot continues out the door.
Let's go, you guys. Am I talking louder? Am I talking loud? Let's go, you guys.
We should follow it, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, you get to a long hallway. There was one of these in Stranger Things. There's one in every 80s sci-fi movie. It's the big hallway that has the golf cart in it, and you've got to use the golf cart to go down the long hallway. It's one of those.
Yeah.
There is a golf cart, but it is not charged, so it's not useful. But the robot stops as though it expects the golf cart to be useful.
Can we just push the golf cart?
So
Torg can push it.
Torg can push the golf.
I love the idea of Torg pushing the golf cart with Erik in the golf cart.
So,
All right.
Let's
All right.
do it.
So the party continues down the hall. Yeah, no trouble for Torg. Torg is all meat all the time.
Torg happy to serve.
Bork has gotten the confirmation of unconditional love, so Bork is super happy.
I'm feeling good.
Nevada, I need a sense check from you.
A sense check. You got it, man. 4 dice. I got a partial. I got 1-5.
So you can sense when physics are starting to go wrong. If this was in fact some kind of reactor incident or weapon incident up ahead, something has mucked with. You're getting, the laws here are a little looser than maybe they should be. It should be okay for you, but you don't know what else that means for everybody else.
Right. Okay, guys. It's weird in here.
Like I mean, we're already pretty accustomed to weird. Like, what level of extra weird are you?
I also like when Navad says that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like sometimes, like dead people can talk to me or things float or whatever. It's one of these kinds of places where stuff might happen. I don't know what kind of stuff, but stuff might happen in here.
That seems very helpful.
Yeah.
That's all I got. It's okay. You know how sometimes when you see what looks like asphalt and it's actually like a squishy thing for like little kids on a playground. Like the fake asphalt that's kind of bouncy.
Torg.
That's everything in here right now.
Tiber has had one of his hands in the messenger bag where he keeps the power bars for a while now.
Tiber? Torg want to know, you okay, bud? You seem not okay.
I think I've ever been better.
I
don't think I've ever been better.
Buddy, Torg buddy. Could you do Torg a favor and show Torg what in your hand?
What's in my hands? And I just show her the other hand.
Nothing.
What?
Green.
What? We're so cool. Right?
Tiber.
Look.
Tiber.
It's a wave machine.
Tiber.
Yeah.
Torg respect. Fellow, cool, tatted, leather appreciator. However.
Yeah.
Torg does not like to fight family, but if Torg has to, if you do not show Torg what in Tiber hands,
okay.
Other hands. Okay, so at this point, Torg gets really frustrated and just decides there's no way this is going to end peacefully. Tiber's pretty strong, but he's not weak like the roach people I mangled, but he's strong enough to where if I punch his arm to make him drop the bag of treats, I can get the skinny thins away from him.
Can I assume that Tiber's tactical higher brain, when it's obvious that Torg is going to forcefully take away the bars, will not get into a fight and will surrender them to Torg? Or shall I have you roll initiative?
We're all friends here. I don't. I know we just met days ago, Torg, but I love you.
Torg loved Tiber. That's why Torg wants Tiber to willingly hand Torg bag.
Oh, that's
that way, Torg. Oh heavens!
No,
well,
that's not gonna happen.
Then you might be getting visit from Tribe Roach.
I get it. I won't feel any of that pain.
Well, I warned. Torg warned.
As all this has happened, you've gone halfway down the tunnel to your destination.
Yeah, because I like the fact that she's still pushing the cart while we're having this discussion.
Yeah, this is all casual for them.
Yeah, very casual.
So it's just one-handed, like everything else, pushing Erik along.
Yeah.
Everybody except Erik needs to make an endurance save. So let me know if you get a 5. A 5 will do it in this case. You need at least one 5 or 6.
I got a 5.
5's fine.
I got a 6.
5's fine. 6 is 5.
As I told you, I feel like I could kind of take over the world right now.
I got a 5.
Ooh.
And cat, I love that.
2 6s,
Okay.
a
So-
5, and 2 4s.
You all feel, except for Erik, a little bit of a coppery taste at the back of your mouth.
Mm,
Skin feels a little strange.
it's complimentary.
Yeah, with the cinnamon. that you've been
Yep.
feeling? Yeah.
Copper and cinnamon,
Yeah.
Yep.
and chocolate
and-
Pepto Bismol caramel.
And the taste of heaven.
I need a notice check from Lord Demod, please.
Okay. Notice check.
Please.
I got a partial. I got 1 5.
Bork looks a little different, and you can't quite place how.
Wynona. What happened to Borg?
So you don't have to roll because you know Bork better than anybody. Bork is growing purple fur.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it's still very short.
I don't understand. That's Bork's favorite color, but I'm not sure how this is happening.
Look, get extra adorable.
I know, but how?
I don't know. Torg say this is blessing. I mean, look at the cute.
Before I was 4, then I went back down 1, but she brought me back up to 4. Thank you. See, actually, this is making me think
You're
clearer.
You're on. Yeah.
Clearer.
If you eat one more, your heart will stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Torg see Tiber hand go in bag again. Torg will punch Tiber in arm.
I need some concentration. It's so loud. Boom. I'm better when I'm high. 6.
The door opens.
Yeah, it does.
Inside
See?
is
Nothing to worry
a
about.
room. There's a lot of so it look a little bit like an engine room. Like there's a lot of pipes. There's a lot of independent control panels.
You guys smell pipes?
In the middle is a elevated room. So it looks a little bit like almost like a control room, right? Like an airport. But so it looks like from there you would then command what's going on in the room.
Yeah.
The room has glowing green gas in it and dozens of ghouls. So ghouls, their skin has become translucent. I think you guys have fought some of these before.
Yeah, we ran into some before.
Some of
Yeah.
them glow, these glow. So they look a little like, oh God, there's a Superman villain that looks just like this. The guy that's got the kryptonite, Metallo, looks like this. You can see his skeleton. They look like that. The weird thing, though, is they're kind of milling around. So again, a little like zombie Walking Dead movie-like they don't seem fully aware. So and looking at them, the ghouls that you encountered were emaciated, kind of like the Ramones. These guys have like pot bellies.
Oh, like Bad Religion.
So they're a lot more like Bad Religion, yeah. So it's almost like they are swollen from the radiation they're feeding on. So they're super mookie ghouls that are just kind of wandering around the control room.
Wasn't Mookie Ghouls in all those beach blanket bingo films?
Hey, everybody, it's Mookie Ghouls.
There's the bee
Like,
dance
hey.
in one of the Elvis movies, right?
You guys always poking my belly.
Oh, Mookie.
It's clear to Tiber that you need to get to that control room. Between there and here, there are all kinds of these Mookie ghouls.
There's the Mookie Ghouls between. I'd let everybody know that I got to get to that control room.
All right.
It's time for your ghost face.
Everybody except for Erik needs to make an endurance save. And at this point, you actually need a 6. One or more 6s.
Ooh, I did not hit it. I got a.
Ooh,
got
I
5.
hit it. This stuff is great, you guys. I'm not kidding.
Anybody that
I
fails,
got a 6.
anyone that fails takes a wound.
A
Ooh,
wound.
damn.
Wound.
They've taken
I
away
did not fail. I'm
It's-
telling you,
Yeah.
sexy thin is the way to go. Let's all get jacked and go after Mookie
So
Ghoul.
it feels like Wynona and Nevada have taken radiation damage. That will feel to you like your skin is burning and intense waves of nausea.
No nausea.
And that happens almost immediately when that door opens and the mist comes out.
Just like, ugh.
Yeah, totally. And it's
Okay.
also a lot warmer in that room, so there'd be like a little bit of the opening the oven blast of temperature.
Right.
So how do you proceed? There's the goal. He knows right where it is.
All right. It looks like you guys are having a rough time. Some of you.
Yeah, this sucks. This is bad. I told you it was squishy, but really it's just barfy.
Okay, this is my milieu. I don't know better, like a more Erik way to say that, but this is what I thrive in this stuff, man. This is my stuff, man. This is where I live, right? So we need to figure out a way to get up to that control room where you guys aren't going to get any more sick.
So the good news, Tiber, when you look at it, is the security was on the outer door to the room, not on that little room itself. So Erik can probably get in there on his own, assuming you can get him to that room, right? Like you could even break a window. Like all the security was to get to this point. It's not on that little room. So like if you could distract the things or fight them or whatever, Erik could probably make the run. Although obviously you're going to be slower because you're going to be a burn victim. But you could take the data cart and try to accomplish the goal.
Are any of the walls around it made of metal?
Torg,
Get the bar, Torg. Get it from Tiber's hand.
Okay, well, that's it. It's time. Torg can't handle it anymore. Torg rears back.
I didn't mean to derail. I put
Takes
the bar
time.
down. I'm back.
I like the idea that he's partially gone in a slightly loopy, chemically induced state, but the minute the suddenly sober comes out, the funk clears a bit from Tiber's mind, and you realize you're about to get a comeuppance from the Torg.
You're gonna get a
I don't want that. I don't want Torg time.
Well, is Tiber finally going to give Torg bag of skinny?
Yeah, I'll let you have one.
No. No trick the Torg. Torg want all bag.
Here you go.
The ghouls have noticed you, and
You make very smart choice.
is wandering your direction.
Oh, good. It's go time. All right, Erik, do your magic.
I have an idea. So Erik takes the metal pole out from behind his thing.
Yeah.
To Tiber, who's got the best ranged aim here. The walls are made of metal. You know what to do.
I have the best hurl throw.
I have an amazing hurl throw.
Do you have an amazing hurl throw? Oh,
Yeah, I got 3.
I turned at the last second and handed things that I know. I wasn't thinking.
The walls aren't metal, but there are a lot of like big, possibly extra exploding metal pipes and big machines. Throwing that spear in here and getting it to land on something and cause trouble, absolutely the right way to go.
All right, so I'll give it to Torg. Sorry.
All right. Yeah,
Well-
Torg got hurl power. Not power, but hurl power.
And you're not the only one with spears, right? There's some of you others.
I
have one.
Okay.
Torg already have one.
Oh, well, then I'll just give mine to Tiber.
So
he has,
And then I'll throw mine.
is the plan expend splody metal magnet spears to make distraction while Erik runs like a mad lunatic with the control room?
that was my idea.
I love
don't see any
it. I
reason
love
that
this plan. I
wouldn't
love
work.
it.
All right.
3 reasons why I love this plan, and I'm not sharing any of them.
Perfect.
All right. In the interest of time, in my opinion, game mechanics are for when the outcome of an action is uncertain. So what is the goal here? The goal is to cause chaos. Do I believe that the outcome of these actions will not be chaos? No, I don't believe that. So I don't see why we need to back that up with rolls. I think you can say safely that you successfully achieved chaos. So you start throwing these exploding magnetic metal spheres. They actually give you a +2 die to your roll when you throw them at something metal. So if you've got even a halfway decent hurl throw, you just whip the thing and it actually kind of goes all shitty, but then it's a magnet. So it goes tank, and then it's got an exploding device in the end and it goes boom. So Erik, I think the entire thing is now a montage rather than being a combat scene of you dodging exploding ghouls as you're, cursing the wound in your leg. And
and when things blow up, I go, protect the colonel.
The robot, which is with you, hears you and will open fire with its energy weapon on the ghouls to protect Wynona. So it starts burning holes in ghouls. Is there any...
Nice.
Are you sympathetic to the ghouls? Do we want to rehabilitate the ghouls?
Colt,
is that where we're at, everybody?
Colt, can you put Erik in 1, please?
Erik in 1.
I can't see, so I assume that. There we go.
You're there. Can you describe your heroic run through the ghoul gore to the control room, please?
Everywhere there is blood and fire and green muck. In this room of nothing but chaos, my leg screams with every step. Surely any weight that I put on it will be degrading to it. It will insult it with its very experience. And yet there is no other way forward. And so I put extra weight on it because fuck that leg. And I run as fast as humanly possible. And as soon as I can get to something that goes upward, my arms take over, and that's where the power comes in. I drag that leg and the torso attached to it and the rest of my wounded, disgusting, gore-filled body to the top of that room, where I realize we have not yet broken the window. So while moving, I pull carrot. I take one shot. I blow the window. And I slide inside like the General Lee of old.
All right, put us all back, and I've shifted you over to positive karma. You are in the control room, and this is hooked into the secure database. This is what Tiber got you to. He has certainly repaid his debt. You're where you need to be. Out of the window, out of the window, you'll be seeing your companions. Like, you'll be doing a thing, and then you'll see, like, Wynona run by, and then you go over there, and then, like, the VOD's got a skull face. And so just out of the windows, the remains of the combat are actually resolving. Do you slip the secure disk into the system?
Yes.
Entering the cartridge causes the system to shut down. There's a tense moment where the screen is just black. It reboots. It comes up on a new startup screen that says Project Morningstar. Welcome back, Dr. Wells. There's a pause. Then it says, and this is all read out. I mean, I suppose I should have animated this, but time, budget. So it does the cool clicky, like Alien. It does a little.
Do you want to play a game?
Yes, which holds up really well, by the way. Yeah. It then says backbreaker.
I just watched it this past weekend.
And backbreaker remote not operational. There's another pause. Then it says report to limbo. Red lights go off, and they also go off in the room you guys are in. The display says Trojan detected. Another pause. It says get out now. Then a separate window says self-destruct active, and it begins a countdown.
Guys, we have to get out of here right now.
How do you know?
Because the computer told me just go, run.
You believe everything computers tell you?
Tiber, shut up! Torg just grabs Tiber and anyone else arguing, throws them on the cart, and starts barreling out as fast as possible.
Like one of those. It's like one of those shopping spree shows.
Yes, supermarket sweep. She supermarket sweeps the fuck out of them.
So we would film it that way. We'll give you the harness with the camera pointed at you, so it does the weird thing with the cart. Yeah. So it's always Torg's face with everybody else in the back, like, oh God, like hanging off the sides. Yeah, totally. And you also have the run down that long hall.
Yeah.
And you hear the explosions in the background. So it's the whole, and again, this is true of a lot of 80s genre movies, right? Where you're doing this kind of thing and you hear the that kind of thing. I'm going to cut to, as the group has been running so long that you start staggering and you have to stop and you're so tired from running that you're vomiting. Poor Erik is like 50 yards behind you, but still easily within sight. I would assume, who would Eric's closest buddy be? So Tiber is, even though he'd never admit it, he's like helping him along.
I have to.
And you
He
see
saved me twice.
that entire place does almost the Poltergeist 2 into the ground, you know, and then what happens is smoke and steam rises up, but it enlarges that green cloud. So you're going to have to, somebody will yell, keep running, because obviously this area is about to become a red zone. So we will cut again to later that night when you're finally in camp, and you have finally regained your breath. You've gotten your everything on that map is gone. The entire base legit self-destructed. So, and apparently whatever accident happened in that silo, the self-destruct caused that to be worse. So even looking at the distance, you see like a green glow on the horizon.
Oh.
So Erik, do you want to share what you learned?
All right, guys. So just before everything went really weird, that computer, it said, welcome to Limbo. And then it mentioned Dr. Wells. And it said, Project Morningstar, which reminded me of some sausage that I ate once.
I'm gonna give Erik a little help here.
Right. And then it said backbreaker local and backbreaker remote not operational. And then it said report to Limbo, Trojan detected, and then it said get out, and that's when we got out.
Report to Limbo.
So you know that Dr. Wells was the doctor that was cryogenically suspended that gave you that code.
My friend, my good brain friend, Dr. Wells.
Correct.
We have to go to Limbo. Whatever that is.
Tiber has the worst hangover.
Is it the skinny bar hangover?
Yeah, a little bit.
So Erik walks over to Tiber.
Yeah. Just why are you yelling, man?
With the bottle of Pappy that was in Tiber's backpack.
It's in my coat.
Pulls the cork, or out of the coat, pulls the cork, hands it to him.
The Popeye theme plays?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ding! Thank you, sir. I guess that's you owe me 3, right? Or I owe you 3.
I think we're even, man.
Yeah.
Oh, friendship.
And I offer up the Pappy to him.
He takes it and takes a swig, and he goes, you could come with us.
I got to go see a gourmet.
All right.
I think we're going to call it there. I know that we've already made a tradition of I name the scenario something, but then something during the game is the secondary name. I kind of would love the secondary name to be "Fuck That Arm."
Fuck that arm.
I think that's something, Eric. The "Fuck That Leg." That was during his.
Fuck that leg.
Fuck that leg. Yeah, the name of the episode was Morningstar for hopefully obvious reasons. Okay, so I'll give you the out, but then we're going to go over to somebody else for the credits. But this will lead into one of the plot threads that can be taken up at some point by the group is what the hell is Project Morningstar? Why was Dr. Wells involved? Obviously, from what you said and what this implies, it had something to do with resistance against the Angels, which is something that's still a going concern right now, obviously in a fairly major way. Tiber leaves the party. We may see him again sometime. And
I got a lonely road I got to go down.
All right.
Roll filled with delicious Jewish dessert.
We kept the sexy thin addiction bars away from him, right?
Yes. Yeah. You got all of them.
They blown up back in the silo?
Yeah. None of them made it out or in any crevices in my body.
Tiber.
All right, so
all of them.
Next week is a all central cast, right? It's all 6 of you guys.
No, it's another special guest that we'll announce tomorrow.
Directly. Excellent, perfect.
It's another 4-shot forecast and a 2-arc guest.
Okay, so before I hand over to you for the close, I want to personally thank Todd. You were amazing, great to play
with you all.
You were great. And let's hand over to Shannon for the close.
Thank you guys for letting me play with you.
Thank you.
Tiber Fane.
I love that Tiber Fane.
Love you, Todd, man. Thank you for
bless you all.
joining us. So I guess I'm coming over into the one shot. Hey everybody, thank you for joining us. Episode 3 of Nuked, episode Morningstar, aka Fuck That Leg or whatever. I'm gonna go back and listen to the stuff. Make sure we get that just right. Special shout out, thanks, especially on a really goofy night with crazy electrical problems here in Austin that caused our stream to go down for a little bit. So special shout out to Colt, Joyce performing Herculean efforts in the background to make sure that our stream came off.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon Bowers, who moderated our chat, stuck around as we went down, got back involved. Andreas Fabas, who does our incredible introductions, scenarios at the top of every week. And you, our talented viewers, I got a Navad ghost head face art in the Twitter chat, so I'm going to share it with all of you next week. Thank you guys all so much for coming. We're going to be here 7 Central next Monday with a special guest. Pay attention to Twitter, Facebook, etc., and we'll let you know who that guest is. And come join us, and we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot.